Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Maniacal S10 Shopping Garage. I'm Mike. Now I'm bringing you an update on my 08 G6 GT, and I did run into a problem on my fabricated hose and elbow. I don't believe it's the hose. Don't believe it's the elbow or the clamp, wire clamp, or a regular type of hose clamp. It just doesn't want to stay connected. And here's what has happened. Oops, sorry about that. If I can do this without shading everything on you. Let's see if I can do this. Probably not, but I'm gonna try it. Get some light down in here. Now the camera's got video. Well, maybe so. Right there's where it keeps coming loose. No matter what I do so far, it has come loose only at this point. So I bought a different type of elbow, and we're going to look into this as soon as we get back into the shop. But that's what's happened. 3 times on me. Being close to home, got it back home and thought I'd fixed it, and it didn't work. No matter what I've been doing so far, it's the science of it. So I'm still pursuing and working on it, but trying to keep the shadow or the shade off of it. So give me a second or two. I'm going to try to do this. That's about the only one I think I can do. Let me get over here and try this at this angle. It's only at that spot right there. It will not stay connected. No matter what I've done, what I do, it will not stay connected. So I bought a different type of elbow. So let's take a look at what I'm going to do this time around. Okay, we're not back in the shop yet, as you can tell, on this May 17th at probably 1 a.m. But I believe I know what my problem is now. I just didn't see it at first. Or should I say, notice it at first. This nipple that comes out from the water bypass tube has got a flange on the end of it. The one down at the bottom, if you can possibly see it, and through the hose, well, look, I think there's a flange on that nipple too. So the elbow I'm putting on is barbed. So give me a second, we'll get to that. And as you can see and tell, there's a flange on there. That's what I believe I needed on the copper elbow that I can't put on and they don't have. So let's get in the shop and investigate a little further. Okay, as you can see, we're in the shop. Okay, here's what I'm going to use this time around, and I believe that will solve the entire problem. Right there. Because it's got the barbs on it. And this is what it is. Let me shed some light here. Okay. Home Depot, $9 and change. And here's the comparisons. Over a short period of time, this just didn't work. I don't have the means to put a flange on it, but that already has it. that I'm still going to use the clamp tight setup or tool that I have instead of that type of clamp. Now, as you can see, I put some grooves in that hose with the clamp tight, with the wire clamp. And it still came loose. Take a look inside. As you can see, it made the indentation, and just that point would not hold. No matter what I do, it would not hold. Okay, give me a second and we'll get started on changing this. I'm going to use the same two hoses I just took off the motor. Okay, as you can tell, how many times I've tried different ways and wraps and tightness of the clamps, how many times I've done this. But I'm determined to make it work. And we're going to get started here right shortly. Let me get this all turned around and let's get started. Now, I'm not going to video me putting this back on, but I will bring you an update on how this works out. It should, and I do believe, shouldn't use the word should, that I've got the problem solved with this new elbow. Test and tune, trial and error. A lot of people have to go through it like us gearheads do. Try one thing, don't work, don't like it, tweak it, change it. Reason why we accumulate a lot of parts. So let's get started. Sorry about that. Okay. I'll always keep you updated on what I do. Like I said, no matter what I do, how I done it, cleaned it, scuffed it. If I could have knurled it, I believe it would have worked. If I could have had a flange on here, I believe that elbow would have worked. But it don't. So much for my luck on this. Not the whole project, just for that elbow. Okay, now then. All right, whoops, not going to put that back on. Off to the side. Here we go. Take this clamp off, and off to the side it goes. All right, going to need a little bit of warming up to do this. Actually, it wouldn't hurt. I got plenty of hose left. I'm just going to go ahead and swap this hose out. Give me a sec. Okay. Home Depot, where I bought this at. I also saw this. 20 bucks for 10 feet. I think it is. I didn't look for the footage, but I did see the price. $19.99. So it's around all 20 bucks. It's 5/8 high pressure hose. It's 5/8 ID, BRAIDED, PVC, 13. But, yeah, and this was given to me. The reason why I'm using it, but I'd still buy it if I wanted to do this, I'd still buy it. So let's get the measurement, let's get this cut, but I'm not going to put it on as I said, but I'm going to put it together this way. Say 6 inch. All right. Well, won't need a tape measure. Just do it this way. 6 inch. See what we've got here. All right. Okay. And my hose cutter, just a basic. Okay, Okay, that's off to the side. Here's one new piece. Now, let's get this measured. Try to keep everything in the video here. I know sometimes I get off a little bit. And here we go. Scrap the other one. Let's see what I've got here. Voila. Off to the side, out of the way on that. Actually, it's on the floor. I'll deal with it later. All right. Now let's get this show on the road. Let's get some heat. I may take this tabletop off and put this in a vise to do it. Matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and do it that way. I'm not going to fuss and fight with it with that. Nope. Screwdriver off to the side. Elbow there. Tape measure here. Let's simplify this. Another piece of junk hose. Okay. Now it doesn't really make a difference if you're going to squeeze the tube or not. It flexes. So let's see what we got here. Let's try it this way. Just be careful, don't burn yourself. Safety first. And I use it on the low side, low heat. See how much more flexible that is now? A little bit of heat does wonders. Got to soften up, a good 1.5 inches, just to make sure I get a good fit. That should do it. Alrighty then. And in it goes. I want to warm it up just a little bit more than that, because it cools off too quick. I don't want to use my flaring tool this time around. As you can see, it's chamfered, it funnels its way in. That should do it. Come on. Come on. All right, hold on a second. I got another idea. Little trusty copper hammer, the brass, still reasonably warm. Ah. Just needs a little persuading, so. Okay. Well, darn it. Hold on a second. I'm going to try this at a different bit of a method here. See the way this curves. That should just about be right. We're getting there. Okay. I'm going to swap ends on this hose. It's not cut quite even enough. I'll use that on the nipple with the flange. I use this straighter cut for that. There's a will, there's a way. We figure it out. Whoops. There we go. Not too close to it, and let it warm up good. It's getting there. See what we got now. Now I'll show the reason why I'm doing this way. As soon as I get it on where I want it. Yeah, it does get a little warm on the fingers. Okay, better type of fit. I'll show you why. Because I'm going to put the clamp tight wire clamp in this area here. Which means it's going to do better here for the seal. Okay, let's get the other end, or other part of the hose on here. Where might that be? We'll put the elbow in the vise this time around. See how this works. Oh, yeah. More of a back and forth wiggle motion than trying to twist it on. Oh, that's sweet looking. And by the time I get it on, just about that position, or this way. But yeah, looking good, looking sweet. Okay. Give me a second and I'll be right back. I'm going to go get the clamp tight tool. Okay, everyone. The finished product. Clamp tight. Not catching either one. Do it this way, you probably will. But I put it to the middle instead of right here at the flange. I believe it'll hold better. And it's ready to go back on. I could have used the store as a prior video and put the factory replacement hose on it and been done with it, but that's not me when I want to do it this way. Personal preference is all. You can go to the store, buy the hose, off, on, be done with it and go on. I just don't do everything the simple way at times. Some of this I like my own style. It's trial and errors, test and tune. It's the science of it. This one just wouldn't stay fastened as you saw earlier in this video. It just would not stay fastened in at one point. I couldn't flare this. I couldn't put a flange on it. It just wouldn't hold. Dharma luck, but it happens. So from this to that. And as you saw earlier in the video, it's barbed. This is not. It's got a lot more holding power, stability to it than this does. This is made for soldering. Can't do nothing with soldering and hose. But I miss the good old days, the 50s. Well, I was born in 59, but I missed the 60s and 70s, the muscle cars, the music. All good, but it's a good era. And that's the era I'm from and where I learned and self-taught most of what I know on the cars. The super new ones, the 015s and up, I don't know much, if anything, about. 08, 010, what I have, 89 S10, which is a maniacal S10, that I know, and some electronics and somewhat back in the day. And it was a lot easier and simpler back then than it is now by far. Trust me, it is. But your SAE and ASE mechanics have to go back for schooling to update all the time to keep up with newer technology and what needs to be done with the vehicles. And it's incredible what you have to go through on the newer vehicles nowadays. It is mind-boggling and twisting. It's a nightmare a lot of times. That's something I can't do. But the older vehicles, 010 is the newest I can work on. I can do some basics, that's about it. But the 60s and 70s, I'm a whiz at. So on that note, that's enough about me. Stay safe, stay healthy. Keep the wrenches turning, easy on the knuckles and dropping tools. It happens. And once again, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, thumbs up, notification bell, and you're brought up to speed. So it's about 2 a.m. or at 2 a.m. May 17th. Y'all stay cool, be good at it. Peace out.